Laura Dale. Mr. Pete DeMelli. Oh, Laura, I'm sorry.
Can I show this? Pass these up. So President and Council, I'm trying to keep it simple for you, sort of feel like the who going on after Hendricks on this one. I just have 3 simple questions. The first one is, as you can see on this notice, John Zaman, I'm sorry, has been, at least since 2015, I actually got an IFA committee minutes thing from 2013 showing that he's been sitting in on these. So this is the liaison of you folks between you and us, who's been supposedly, as far as I can tell, attending these meetings since 2013. And so the question that arises for me is, either the council has been misrepresenting that they don't know what's been going on at these meetings, or John Zaman has not been telling you anything about what's been happening. Either way, it again adds to the incredible sense of distrust and suspicion about how you folks are handling this, what appears to be about a $50 million public fund that doesn't have the proper committee, doesn't have the proper oversight. So the second thing I'm bringing up is Rosemary Sanchez would like very much to have somebody get back to her as to when you folks are going to reinstate the cable board. She has tried, she's called people, nobody gets back to her. When are you going to get the cable board reinstated? Third thing is, Rick Metz is not complying with his contract. In his contract, there's a statement that says that you folks have 15 days to just rescind it. That's in the contract. It's a city document. It's got all your wording and everything. So at what point are you folks going to get the cable board back up and running so that we can avoid things like this, where your own attorney or whatever his representation is not even giving you the information we need? And the second thing is, when are we going to get the actual board up that is supposed to be doing oversight on this? You folks thought there was no meetings going on. You've had a representative from your group actually at these meetings. Why don't you know that? Why is there a disconnect here?
Councilman.
I have a question for Mr. Zaman. Mr. Zaman, I think you inherited your position on the board from Ms. Mason, and we've always had the Director of Council Services as a member of this administrative committee, which is what this is. This is not like the cable board. And in fact, I agree with the speaker that we've got to reconstitute the cable board, and you and I have talked about that. Where do we stand on that? I think there were some appointments that hadn't been made. I think, are those timed out, and can the council now make those appointments too?
Mr. President, Councilman, I'm sorry to interrupt you there. Yes, those appointments are timed out. I think we need to formally provide a letter to the administration letting them know that the expirations are more than 60 days old. And at that point, the council may select its own appointees to the board.
So we're required to notify them that we're preparing to fill the vacancies?
Under the Board of Commissioners ordinance, yes.
Okay, so I would request that we get that letter to them ASAP. Thank you.
And I'm sorry, the only comment I keep getting from the public is we've been asking since, I think, November, when is Rick Metz going to show his compliance responsibilities? Rob Perry has said at consecutive meetings over and over that he will get back to us. The public has yet to hear an accountability for what's going on with the fact that he is not meeting any of the programming requirements. So I would like to know from Rob Perry what's being done by the legal team to hold him accountable to his contract.
Councilor Sexton.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have been in contact with my assistant with Rosemary Sanchez, and she was an active member for a long time. And she's been ill recently, so she won't be able to attend a meeting until probably sometime in April. Are we not getting back with Ms. Sanchez, Mr. Zaman?
Mr. President, Councilor Sanchez, I believe that we are through your sister. But I'm not sure if anyone else from staff has contacted.
And also, I would like to get an update on the new public contract. I know we have been told several times that you would be giving us that update. And here we are at another meeting, still waiting for that update. So hopefully maybe at the next meeting, if tonight was a busy agenda, so we can hopefully hear from you regarding the compliance of new public.
Mr. President, Councilor Sanchez, that Ms. Yee, Assistant City Attorney, Yee is working on that. She's had several meetings with Mr. Metz and those folks, and she should be putting something together. I haven't received it yet, and I have received some intermittent emails about progress that's being made, but I haven't received a full inventory review of it. There's some terms within it that they're trying to agree on as far as measurements and the matrix and the like. I think that's the issue that's kind of going on between the city legal and the public.
Do you think we can get an update in the next 2
I
weeks?
hope to. I'll get with Ms. Hernandez and Ms. Yee to try to get something.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
And President and Council, just one last statement, and kind of I'll direct it towards you. Rosemary's concern is that we have the fiscal deadline coming up. But if decisions aren't made by like May into June, then that means that any possibility of an RFP or anything like that is going to be delayed until 2017. So she would like to know from the council some sort of accountability as far as if he has not met his contractual requirements, how soon can we get the RFP issued and get this going? Because otherwise we're going to have another fiscal year. So she would just like some kind of response.
That's understandable.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, is there Max Sanchez, is he still here? How about John Vaughn? All right, that concludes our general public comments. We're going to go to announcements, Councilor.